On this week's Faster Than the World podcast, we cover all the quarter, semi, and final matches in the NXT Access Tournament. It's the Faster Than the World podcast. Are you ready, Jake?
I'm fucking ready.
Let's do it.
Faster Than the World podcast, here we go. Hello again and welcome to Faster Than the World podcast where we review NXT every week. I am Jake.
I am the amazing Fritz.
We are going to review a special NXT episode this week. It's all the tournament from Access. Winner goes on to the big Andre the Giant Battle Royal at WrestleMania. Of course, we already know who won.
Yeah, a bit of a suspense killer since we all know that it was good old Hideo that made it.
Yeah, this is true. But, you know, what can you do? It was still some great matches. We saw the quarterfinals and the finals. The first round seemed to be pretty good. They showed a little highlights. The first match was Baron Corbin versus Finn Balor, which would have been a pretty interesting match to see.
That's an odd choice.
Yeah. Finn Balor wins with the roll-up. And then the next would have been Breeze versus Dempsey, another good match I thought would have been pretty good. And Breeze wins that one. Another one that I would be pretty interested in seeing, I don't know if it would be... I would just be interested in seeing it. Hideo Itami versus Jason Jordan, and Hideo stays out of the chin lock and takes the victory with that first round matchup. And then Neville versus Kalisto is the final first round matchup, and Neville beats Kalisto. And then,
no real surprises in the first round. You know, exactly, if you looked at that list of matchups, you would most likely be able to pick who those winners would be.
Well, I'm surprised they had Baron Corbin even out there at all, especially if he was just going to get rolled up like that. But what can you do? I mean, it was just a highlight.
Yeah, he needs exposure. He needs experience. So
This is true. So the first full match we saw was Neville versus Hideo. Great match, great back and forth. It was really one shot in the corner. Neville went to a kick and got Hideo right in the throat. I thought it was a pretty awesome, you know.
Yeah, I also liked that at one point Neville snapped a beautiful super kick, like from a sitting position on a running in Hideo. Just really just stood up, snapped it. It was fantastic.
Yeah, Hideo was going for the running double kick, and then he just pops up. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, you see that spot, you know why he's been called up to the main roster.
Oh yeah. And then, Hideo does end up getting the victory, though, despite that sick kick. And then we go on to Tyler Breeze versus Finn Balor. Pretty good match. What did you think about this match, Fritz?
I liked it a lot. I don't think we've seen these two guys against each other before that I can recall right off. I liked Finn Balor a lot in this match. I liked his finish with where he did the sling blade and the drop kick into the turnbuckle, setting up the double stomp. I thought it was really sharp.
Yeah, pretty basic match.
Solid, definitely put him away.
And then we go into a new Dana Brooks vignette going over her WrestleMania weekend, signing autographs for the fans, taking pictures. Next week she debuts.
They're doing the classic build with her. I always like to see them doing the stuff on NXT that they do on the main roster, and I think they're doing that with her. With each week we're getting a little fuller picture of her gimmick coming into the program. Now I think we're starting to see she might be a little more of a heel to a tweener role.
Yeah, kind of cocky.
She's the hot chick that knows it, so you know that it's not going to be hard for her to be a face. But I like it. I think that's an awesome role for a diva to have. I don't think that's something they've fully explored in the Divas too much recently. Like it's a traditional kind of role, but depending on how they play it, I'm looking forward to seeing her.
Yeah, fuck yeah. They show highlights from the San Jose State University show that was also at WrestleMania weekend. 5,000 people showed up in less than 2 hours, which is a pretty big deal. I mean, SmackDowns and Raws, or SmackDowns get about 7,000 with months of build, so that's pretty awesome. I know it was at WrestleMania weekend, but it was still pretty sick. It looked amazing. Yeah,
big long montage, looked exciting. The matches looked amazing. Looked like the crowd was into everything that was going on, which is exciting to see because the NXT, the product they put on the screen and in the ring, it's fantastic. I'm glad to see there's more people that know about it and are willing to put money down to see it.
Oh, and then we go into the finals. Finn Balor versus Hideo Itami.
Match opened up with some really solid chain wrestling, going back and forth, hold for hold, for the good 2 or 3 minutes to start with. Exactly the kind of match you'd want to see with these two guys. everything you'd hope to see with these two guys. Back and forth a lot of close calls, building up to a lot of the big moves. Hideo teases, he goes for the GTS, so close to hitting it with this one.
Oh, yeah. That was a good spot. Another good spot earlier in the match that I liked was he was going for that tornado DDT, but Finn holds him, puts him back on the top.
Yeah, spins around, turns into it, and sets him back on the turnbuckle.
Yeah, that was pretty sick. And then, of course, we know that Hideo does win the match.
Something I like, they did the same thing last week where they, with the 2 out of 3 falls, where with the third fall, they kind of teased like they were going to the same finish as happened in the first fall. They did the same thing and then reversed it on us. This week they did the same thing where Finn was going for the same sequence that he beat Tyler with, and then at the end of the sequence, Hideo reverses it, almost hits the GTS, then Finn reverses it, then Hideo gets the final reversal, lands a shotgun kick, goes for the finish. So I liked a lot. I like the storytelling of that kind of stuff, showing the how you can tell a story in the ring, and it doesn't always have to be promos to beat people over the head with this is what's going on in this match.
Oh yeah. And even though you knew the finish of the match was definitely going to be Hideo, I still got swept up in it. And then after we saw Hideo win, they kind of took you on like Hideo's day at WrestleMania, like shaking hands with Seth Rollins, shaking hands with Big Show.
Getting to see Tatsumi Fujinami was backstage at Access. To me, that was really cool because I'm an old school fan.
And they showed Funaki kind of going over stuff with Hideo too. That was kind of always good to see Funaki. I thought it was pretty cool how they did like a little behind the music Hideo Itami there, even though that we...
And the mini Hideos.
Oh yeah, the little kids. That was cool.
Yeah, his kids. I didn't know he had kids. That's news to me.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. So yeah, it was a great NXT. Looking forward to the back at Full Sail University next week.
Indeed. I'm looking forward to seeing if Finn Balor pops up on the SmackDown. Word is he was in a dark match this past week on SmackDown.
Nice.
And I know they're going on a European tour, so it'd be exciting to see him pop up on one of the shows.
Oh yeah,
it's Superstars main event. Any of them, I'll watch them. I'll keep an eye out for them.
Especially since Neville was on, been on Raw the last 2 weeks, and then he wrestled Seth Rollins this week.
That's true. Yeah, that's right. Surprise came out.
That's pretty sick.
Big pyro setup and everything.
Yeah, got the smoke.
Yeah, although I do think he needs to lose the hood. With the cape, he looks like a superhero. With the hood, he looks like an elf.
I think he looks a little bit like Frodo.
Yeah, quite.
But I mean, I don't know. As long as he's on the rest.
But he also looks ripped.
But yeah, that was it for NXT this week.